Hey guys, it's Forte. Sorry, I've been delivering pretty low quality videos recently. Let's deliver something high, okay? Hi guys, it's the 4th right now, 2024, almost 8 p.m. right now. I'm making a video following up to my last video, and also I'm gonna give a more brief take, my opinion on the market, and how am I going to deal with shakeouts and fakeouts that we just experienced in Duolingo. Like, we don't know if it's gonna be a shakeout or not, but I'm gonna tell you guys how I am going to approach this stock in the next couple weeks or days, and how I am approaching this market right now. Let's take a look at the QQQ. The Nasdaq is on an uptrend. We're currently experiencing this 1 week of pullback. It's pulling back to the 10-day moving average, and that's simply all there is to it. I simply think this is a pullback. The Dow Jones have already hit all-time high. The Nasdaq has getting close to all-time high. And the semiconductors has been leading the stock, like including the big mega caps such as Meta and Nvidia. These are the stocks that's been bringing the market up quite a bit. And with that being said, I still don't plan on trading them. I may have it's not I don't plan on trade them for the sake of holding them any like for a longer term. I may or may not pick Nvidia to make a quick swing trade, because if, let's say, the reason I don't plan on trading them because I think there are better opportunities out there. For example, if I don't see any stocks that's good or giving me a high risk to reward ratio, I might as well trade Nvidia, because chances are if the market is going to go up from here, Nvidia or these mega caps are going to go up as well, right? And it's better to trade Nvidia relative to the general market because it gives a better leverage. For example, if Nasdaq goes up 10%, Nvidia might just go up 30, 40, 50%, right? That's 5 to 1 instead of getting that mere 10% that you get from the QQQ. So that's the only time where I would trade stocks like Nvidia, but that's only an environment where there are like nothing better else to trade. And I think we're currently in an environment where there are a lot of stocks out there for us to trade. For example, the last video that I uploaded, I talked about LRN. It's a stock that IPO at very late, pretty much 2008, late of 2007, so pretty much 2008. And that's been like a 16-year base that's been building down here, and we finally broke out of all-time high. And the stock is putting in a really tight 5-week consolidation. And I think starting next week or the week after that, we can start purchasing the stock above $63. And if the market does indeed start to turn up, I think these stocks will offer far better of a risk to reward ratio than stocks like Nvidia, the Magnificent Sevens. And I'm going to share you guys another name. I'm going to tell you guys how I deal with the shakeout that we just had in Duolingo. So Duolingo is a stock that we just recently broke out of all-time high. What made me really like this stock is the fact that it went up pretty much almost 300%, 250% from a year ago to where it is now. And it's showing, I don't see no signs of it topping out yet. I don't see any magnificent. I don't see any big volumes that's shouting at me that the institutions are selling. The 2-week pullback are on pretty much low volume, and we're still getting these huge spikes of green volume down here, which showing me that institutions are buying the stock. Sorry, my head is blocking it. Now there you go. Now that kind of shows me that institutions are buying the stock, and which really is really frustrating to me. First of all, this stock went up on November on this gap. I wasn't able to prepare for this buy because I was like, let's wait for it to break out, because I got played around so many times here. So I waited for it to break out, and then I bought this thing as it broke out of this consolidation. But now I look at it, really, this consolidation was only 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks pretty much. We went up and then, had like a little 5-6% gain. Quickly, this thing rolled over to the 10-week moving average. Tomorrow's Friday, we'll see how this thing react. But what I am going to approach the stock is, let's say I have a full position of, let's say 90 shares, to make it simple. I'm likely going to be, let's say this low right here. That's where I have my stop, right? A really obvious place to get shaken out, to be honest. So I'm not even surprised that I get shaken out of the stock. Well, the game really starts from here because if a stock is really a shakeout, then the fast move will soon come afterwards. That's what they like to do. Stock market is a game of who finds the treasure first, and then the people will follow whoever that finds the treasure. And the first person who found the treasure is going to try to get rid of the person who is following them. And I am the person that's following them, whoever them is, whoever they are, the smart money, whatever you call it, right? They try to shake me off. That's their plan. That's their game plan. They need to do that. And they did it. I got shaken off. Now, if I'm persistent, I'm going to try to get in here right before the stock starts to pop out. So I plan on separating, for example, let's say my first purchase I had here was 90 shares. Now I got shaken out. You don't want to buy 90 shares immediately. You don't want to buy any bounces. You want to start buying in slowly, right? I think once Duolingo can start recovering from here, upwards of 10%, that's where I'm going to buy 30 shares. So around 225-ish, 227, 227.50, I'm going to be buying like 30 shares or maybe 50 shares, half of it. And then that kind of, it depends. 30 shares if this thing goes straight up, 50 shares if we go up in a very, good fashion like this. And then we break, then I'll buy half of it right there. If we go straight up, I'll only buy 20, 30 shares. Like, to put it in perspective, let's say the first buy was 90. I'll be buying like a third of it. If it's set up good, I'll buy like half of it, right? Once I buy that half, and then I see this thing break out into all-time high, that's where I add my rest of the half. Yes, I'm going to be paying a bit of a premium, about 8% more expensive on my other half of the share. But that's the price you pay after, being a retail trader. You don't get to decide a move of a stock, but you do get to get in and out real fast. That's the event. That's like institutions, they're jealous if that, that we can do stuff like that. As long as your account has less than, I would say, $100 million and you're trading one stock, you rarely run into liquidity issues trading mid caps like this. And you can go in and out like that, like very easily. And and that's how I'm gonna approach this trade for Duolingo. Like, because I got shaken out, I'm gonna play like that. And yeah, that's so far. I really, really like this stock. I'm not married to it. That's why I got kicked. I sold. If I were married to it, I'll get rid of my stop loss. Never get married to your stock, guys. Now Duolingo is out of the way. I put Duolingo on my S tier just due to the my study on it, but I could still be wrong. Another S tier is like my previous video, LRN. Actually, I'll put this on a A tier just because it IPO quite a bit ago. If it's quite an old name, like since 2008. So I'm not sure how this thing will act, but so far it looks good. If we take a look at the volume, I'm gonna move my head. If you take a look at the volume for the past like weeks, right? Look at how many green volumes are there relative to the red one. And, we get spikes here, a lot of spikes here. That tells me that maybe institutions are the ones scooping up the shares. And out of all these green spikes, you only see one red spike. So that's what I would assume a institution selling happened, or a big rich trader that sold dumped all of their shares there. But other than that, so far it's still looking good, and that's why I want to. This is also like I will say S minus tier. And another stock I want to share with you guys is my A minus tier, or like B plus, right? It's AMPH. I have kind of my partner have kind of traded the stock around here, and I didn't like it at the time. He traded, he made some profit out there, but like you said, it didn't move. It wasn't able to carry on the move. Now, the stock has a couple problems here, which is that the volume, I wouldn't say it's ideal. I don't see anything particularly standing out. I see that there's a big volume of selling off, but we're able to recover from that, and it seems like that's the only sell off, and there's nothing more. And let's bump this down to a B minus. I think we can do a buy. I call this like an O'Neill cheat, like an O'Neill cup and handle buy. It's kind of a cheap buy. You buy it right here. I'm not a big fan of buying these types of stocks, because first of all, we're not in all-time high yet, and second of all, there's not a lot of timing going on, and there isn't really, what is it, good indication of buyers showing up, and it looks pretty sloppy. But who am I to speak, right? A lot of time my C tier list plays better than my S tier. Like maybe I should stop give rankings to my stock, honestly. And that's so far the names I have. And a couple names I have for you guys is MMYT, which this is not a stock that I found. It's another stock that my partner found. And he already bought the stock, and this thing came up. I don't know if he sold it yet or not. I would have sold it, just because the stock isn't that, in my opinion, it's not that good. Number one, it has too many shares for a mid cap stock. 100 million. I think that's a little too much. Second of all, I really don't like book like airplane ticket stocks that is related to India. I have too many bad experiences. And but India stock, if anybody that watches my videos are Indian, that lives in India and can read Indian, please, you guys should really take advantage of the India market right now, because the India market is having the greatest bull market ever. I am just so surprised every time I look at it. I just wish that I can speak Indian, but is that the right word for it? Is it Hindu? I think it's Hindu, right? Speak Hindu, not Indian. What am I saying? God, I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry if I offended any of you guys. I don't know. I am I'm a dumb American. But please, if I offend any of you guys, please tell me in the comment section. I'll make sure to correct myself next time. And yeah, India stock is doing really well. So if you guys have and is capable of trading that, please, you guys should take advantage of it. And swing trade, long-term trade. I think the market is great over there. The US market is just starting to tune up. So in this year or two, we should see lots of opportunity. I wouldn't buy dips. For example, a lot of people has been telling me that, oh, Forte, should we buy pullback? Should we buy dips? No, we shouldn't. We should never buy dips. Buying dips is like kind of, you just give up on trading. You just give up. You kind of just give up on trying to be good. You just leave everything to the market. Like I don't believe in that. I don't believe in you just turn your brain off and leave to the market. You make a lot of money. I think you have to use a little bit of your wits. There is a lot of details you can do, and that will make you profit in this market. And that, and the reward is going to be far greater than just leaving the market to do its own thing. But of course, if you are a long-term person who doesn't, I still don't recommend it. I think the market is so much of a risk. For example, the US market has been existing for over 200 years, right? Do you remember any company that's been there for 200 years? Not me. I don't remember any. The ones I remember is from like maybe 80 years ago, General Electric and stuff like that. But all the railroad stocks, let's say from 100 years ago, are all gone. Like there aren't even that many stocks from 100 years ago, let alone 200 years ago. Therefore, I don't believe in super long term. Even stocks from 50, 60 years ago, you can't even name me. I can't even name you guys that many. Like about 10, right? But yeah, and hopefully this video is long enough to fully tell you guys what I'm thinking and what my plans are, and how I'm gonna approach for the next couple weeks, and my thoughts and everything. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys like this type of format, please comment and tell me. If you guys don't tell me, I don't know what videos to make. I made a lot of this channel has been a very interesting journey. I didn't put in that much effort, which kind of shows, and the viewership has been going down, which is fine, because it's a stock channel that I don't sell service, I don't hype stocks. It's just a place where I share my trade ideas and my opinions. So after a bull market cycle and a bear market cycle, a lot of people are going to leave. In a bear market, everybody quits trading, so it's normal that my viewership goes down. But if you guys, I don't plan on completely abandoning the ship. So if you guys do like this type of video, please tell me. And if you guys like shorter videos, also tell me that. And yeah, that's it. Please comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.